Hello, it's Dawn Michelle and welcome back to my channel. Today I thought we'd do something a little bit fun. I got a new deck a couple of days ago. It's the Faerie Tarot by Natalie Hertz and published by US Game System. So I picked this deck up just kind of on a whim after watching a couple of videos and talking to a friend about it. So I thought today we'd just do something fun, and I'm gonna do a 5-minute flip. I'm gonna show you the cards in the deck pretty quickly. It's not gonna be like a proper walkthrough or anything. I'm just gonna do a quick little flip through, and then I'll show you a few of my favorite cards in the deck that kind of made me click that buy button. Now, if you want a proper walkthrough of this deck, I highly recommend checking out Sandy's video. I'll leave a link to it in the description box below. She did this absolutely beautiful walkthrough of this deck where she talked in depth about each of the cards and her thoughts on it and some of the things that she found as she was doing her initial first impression kind of walkthrough of the deck. Now, I agree with a lot of the things that Sandy said in terms of some of the cards not really aligning with the RWS, but for me, that's like a bonus. All right, so are you ready to jump in to this fun little 5-minute flip? Well, let's get started. Here's the title card for the Faerie Tarot. Let's do a quick little flip. Here's our Fool. Oh my goodness, he's so adorable. Sandy had mentioned something about hoping that most of the characters actually look like these little gnome figures, more so than sort of the fairy-esque figures that we see throughout the deck. So that's definitely something I agree with. And she pointed out something really interesting about how the female characters in this deck, or the female presenting fairies, tended to look a little bit more like refined and serious, and the male ones tended to look more in the sort of gnome area. So that was really kind of an interesting point that she made. This is a really cool Empress. I really like the look with the owl. The Emperor is really cool because I think they do make a really nice pairing, and that's definitely something I look for in a deck. Hierophant, not my favorite. Lovers, not my favorite. Chariot, I really like the little seahorse thing. This Strength card is like everything. Oh my goodness, it's so cute. But this little hermit, this hermit is the reason why I bought the deck, because he's adorable. And I absolutely love his little face. Cute wheel. Justice looks very fierce. Hanged Man, Death card. Again, Sandy made an interesting comment about that one. Beautiful Temperance. This Devil card, oh my goodness, makes me kind of giggle. So cute. And I absolutely love this tower with the mushroom. Beautiful Star. The Moon and Sun with the faces just make me laugh. And Judgment, the World. And then this deck actually goes backwards with the suits and the way it comes. So we have our King and Queen. I really, really love the Queen of Swords and the, I forget which one it is. There's another Queen. I'll point it out. And the Knights. Oh my goodness. Love the Knights in this deck. They're so amazing. This one's apparently going completely backwards. 9, 8. One of the things that I really like about this deck, and one of the reasons that I picked it up, is because like there are several places where this deck doesn't adhere fully to the Rider-Waite-Smith interpretation of cards. And since I read more numerologically, more elementally, that actually works really, really well for me. Oh, this Queen of Wands. She's amazing. I love her. This Knight. I love all the Knights in this deck. So freaking adorable. Again, another one that reads really, really well elementally and numerologically. Super cute. 7. Oh my goodness, here's the little gnome faces, right? Super cute little gnome faces. This one with the 3 of Wands on the frog. Oh my goodness, love it. Love it so much. Beautiful aces. I really like the aces in this deck too. Queen of Cups is beautiful, but the Knights, I think the Knights are some of my favorite, which is not something I normally say about any deck, really. I love this 9 of Cups too, so beautiful. And the 7 or 6, going backwards, counting down. This 5 I think is really cool. I love the tree, the movement. The 4, I think this was one of the cards that Sandy mentioned that, you know, is kind of Rider-Waite-Smithy, but kind of also does its own thing. Again, this deck feels very elemental and very numerological, which I absolutely love. The King of Pentacles is cool with the bear. Oh, I do really love this Queen with the little fawn there. I think she's amazing. And again, the Knights. Oh my goodness, love the Knights in this deck. This deck is just super adorable. This 9 of Pentacles, her face, and she kind of like I mean, it feels almost like cupsy in the background. I think Sandy mentioned that too, but like she looks very like luscious in her space. So like, I think that's cool. 7 or 6 little gnome faces. I love this 4. Love this 4 because again, we can go a little bit more numerological and elemental with this because I don't read the 4 of Pentacles as hoarding. This 3, super cute. 2 and 1. So now that we finished our fun little 5-minute flip, I do just want to kind of point out a couple of cards that I know I probably mentioned as we were flipping through it, but that really kind of sold me on this deck. Now, I really do like all of the cards in the deck overall, but there were just a few that I was like, oh my goodness, that is like the cutest thing ever, or I really, really love the approach. So this Tower card, as I mentioned, with the little red mushroom and the little sort of pixie gnome fairy creatures falling off of it is just like the most adorable thing ever. This Devil card with this little devil face. I mean, come on. He's super cute. I love that. And I love how we have all the little faces around the side in the borders too. The borders are really interesting on this deck because like it's colored, but then we have sort of this border within a border, but the borders have stuff going on in them too. So I don't feel like it's just border for border's sake. I feel like there's like, because there's art in the border, like there's certain things that it's drawing attention to. Like with this hermit, we have the little lanterns here, which I think is really, really cool. This hermit, as I mentioned, it's the reason that I bought the deck, completely sold me on it. His face is so freaking cute. I just absolutely love it. I would have got the deck just for that one card. This Strength card, again, it's just everything. I love the sort of softness and surrender in this card. We do get some of that fierce lion energy in the border again, but like, it's just so sweet and it shows that gentle side of strength, which I really like. This Chariot with the seahorses pulling the chariot, I think is fantastic. I really love that. I do really like the Empress. Like she looks really, really fierce and we don't often see that in our Empress cards. Most of the time they're like, I don't know, super Earth Mother kind of energy. And like, she feels like she's fierce. She's going to get some stuff done. She almost has a bit of a high priestessy vibe, which I think is really cool. The Fool, oh my goodness. Like I mentioned, super cute little card. I think he's adorable. I love this 3 of Swords because it does something different than the traditional RWS. So it kind of goes a little bit more numerological, more elemental, which I absolutely love because that is in alignment with how I read. I do really like this 9 of Cups. It feels really lush and beautiful, and yet I love that with kind of her red hair, I get that sense, and there's almost like this sense of fire behind it, which I think is really cool. It's kind of like following your passions is going to bring you that inner peace, that inner well-being that you're looking for. I think it's really cool. I'm pretty sure I pulled out every knight. I sure did, because like the knights in this deck I think are amazing. I really love the depictions. There's just something about these horses that just really work for me. I don't often like knight cards in a deck, but like they're super cool in this deck. Some of my favorites. I think I pulled out two of the queens. So the Queen of Wands with the fox, I think that's just amazing. Kind of funny because these two, the Queen of Pentacles has been my long-term significator card, and the Queen of Wands is a significator that I've been working with recently. So pretty cool that these are the 2 queens that I pulled out, but I just think they're amazing. This 8 of Wands on the snail, oh my goodness. It gives me total like never-ending story vibes. I think Sandy mentioned that too. The 3 of Wands on the frog. I mean, come on. Super adorable. I would love a whole deck of creatures just like that. And then I pulled out the Ace of Wands because it's really, really beautiful. And here's the backs, which I think are absolutely charming. I just love them. They look like denim to me and it's so cute. So yeah, that is a quick little 5-minute flip and a little extra. The flip part was 5 minutes. I timed it. And just a little bit extra about some of the cards, some of my favorites, and kind of why I purchased this deck. It's super cute. I'm really, really looking forward to working with it. Again, if you want to check out a proper walkthrough, I highly recommend Sandy's video. I'll leave it linked in the description box below for you. So there you go. That's my little 5-minute flip and a little chat about why I purchased the Faerie Tarot. I'd love to know if you have this deck, if you've worked with it at all. Feel free to share with me in the comments below. As always, you'll find links for this and anything else I've mentioned in this video in the description box below. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today, and I look forward to sharing with you again soon.